You said you're serious about your goals. Stop trying to explain to your parents, your family, your friends that you're serious about your goals. Face your work and let your results do the talking. Hi, my beautiful diamonds. I will get into why I call you guys diamonds later on, but hi babes. So today we're going to be talking about how to deal with an unsupportive family, or a family who doesn't understand your dreams, your goals, or you just feel unsupported, or you're struggling to set boundaries with the people in your life based on your career and your choices. This video inspiration actually came from one of my followers on TikTok, so thank you very much, girl. And she basically was telling me that, hey Nachi, I'll put the message up there, she's an eldest daughter, and I posted a video saying how I dropped out of medicine because I realized I wasn't going to be able to design the kind of lifestyle that I want with medicine. And long story short, she's telling me that African parents are having a hard time with this. This is not new. And she asked me for advice. So the first thing that I would say is that, we're not here to demonize medicine or any degree. It's just the bottom line of dealing with certain boundaries when it comes to family members, depending on whatever it is that you want to do, right? I feel like as a black woman, the biggest thing that I learned in this life was that your ability to make money is not tied to a degree or a job. And people in higher society know this, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to a degree. This comes from someone who has a first-class degree. I believe in the importance of going to school. I believe in the importance of being educated, but your value, your worth is not tied to a degree or a job, period. So when African parents are saying this, or a lot of people are saying this, you have to understand that, first of all, they lack information, and if they don't lack information, a lot of the times it's just ignorance. A lot of people don't believe that you can make money in life and have a good life without ever having a job. To some people that is crazy, but to other people that is their baseline. And you have to understand that by default, life wants you to be a loser who just takes instructions from people, right? That's why a lot of people need leaders. They need systems, they need schools, they need universities, they need a boss, they need a manager. Not everybody's like that. And with the new world order that we're moving into, right, you have to understand that a lot of the things that people like us are wanting to do right now, they have not existed for the longest. When was content strategist a job 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Now people are funding their whole lives off it. There's so many, being an influencer, being a content creator, 30, 40, 50 years ago, this was not paying anybody's bills. Being an influencer who reviews products online, this was not paying anybody's bills. First of all, you need to understand that it's not just that your parents are bad people. They could be good people, but they just don't understand. And that's because what you're building or what you plan to do, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're a creator, you're creative, they've not seen this before. You're literally doing something that nobody has done it. And a lot of young creators like myself, because I'm a creator, I can say that I resonate with you, because sometimes what you've been doing, nobody's done it. There's no place to go and look for inspo. The second thing that I want to let you know is that people don't believe potential, they believe results. And that's why you need to keep going. If you said you're serious about your goals, stop trying to explain to your parents, your family, your friends that you're serious about your goals. Face your work and let your results do the talking. I feel like every single time, right, a lot of us want emotional validation from people in our lives, our friend, our family. Cool, right? You want emotional validation, which is fine, right? It's okay to want to be validated by people in your life. I'm not a robot. I'm not going to tell you that you don't need to, because you're human. But you need to understand that you need to learn how to validate yourself and validate your own ideas. And when I tell you that this was one of the biggest things that helped my relationship with self-worth, because I've been a woman who has a lot of value. I can help a lot of people, but I always undercharged, or I valued myself so low. And it was just because I did not validate my own ideas. Before I do something, because I grew up without my ideas being validated, I would always feel like somebody else needs to confirm, double check, permit me, give me access. And it conditions you to think in a box. And I want you to know that you don't need to take permission from anybody to do what you want to do in your life. And I always say school will always be there. As long as you have a basic undergraduate degree. I personally believe in having at least an undergraduate degree so that you can fall back on a lot of things in case entrepreneurship doesn't work for you, or if you don't have an undergrad degree, make sure you have a lot of jobs. So getting a job really quickly, or providing people services, or make sure you have a lot of skills. Providing people services is something you can readily do, because I don't want a position where I'll come and tell you, oh, manifest your dream life, don't go to uni, only no. I will say be realistic about it. But if you're saying you don't want to give the 6 ways of your life, and it's not as if you want to be a bum or a leech, you're more than permitted to, right? Another thing that a lot of people don't actually realize is that realize your family doesn't actually know you, your friends don't actually know you, some people's partners don't actually know you. Unfortunately, it's very sad, but it's also very liberating. Nobody knows you to your core. Literally nobody knows you more than yourself. So don't let another person's projection or what they think that somebody else thinks, like, don't let that stop you from chasing your dreams. Another thing that personally I solely believe is that when it comes to a lot of African parents, they don't actually believe in the process. They only believe in like the aftermath. They only become supportive after you've already succeeded. Honestly, I can say that I can relate, because it's not necessarily that your parents want you to not succeed, but they also have just such a linear way of thinking. Like, a lot of them, when you're successful, I promise you, they'll be treating you like the king or the queen in that household. But you just need to have something I call the diamond mentality. Okay, if you're feeling unsupported, like this is happening, this is how to actually like help yourself. Number one, do the things that you said you were going to do. I promise you that you will start validating your opinions a lot more, and stop waiting for other people to validate your opinions when your conviction in what you're doing is so strong. And you know what strengthens your conviction is your confidence. Where does your confidence in doing things come from? Your confidence in doing things comes from following through your actions. Confidence does not come from watching self-help videos, and I'm going to make a separate video on that completely. Confidence doesn't come from watching self-help videos. Like, yes, it might boost your confidence for a little bit, but the real confidence that cements, sticks, it comes from consistency and doing what you said you were going to do. It comes from building a relationship with yourself. So what I would advise to you, if you're in this position, it's affecting you, I would say it began to affect me a lot less when my relationship with myself became a lot more solid. So instead of like focusing on like proving to your family, proving to your friends that your ideas are worth believing in, focus on improving your relationship with yourself. And if you're ever mad about something, if you're ever upset, right, just remember that it's because your focus and attention is not on what you want. Because when your focus and attention is on what you want, you can't, like, it's not even in your consciousness, it's not in your mind, it's not in your brain to worry about what somebody else thinks of what you're doing. Because bro, you feel amazing, you feel good, like you feel confident, you have seen the proof, you have the conviction, and that's what's going to keep you going. I'm telling you, people's adoration. I've been on social media for a long, I've seen the good parts of social media, I've seen the bad parts of social media. People's words are not enough to keep you to get to your goal. People's words, people's validation is not enough to push you to mastery. Your conviction and confidence in the things that you're doing is what is going to push you to master that thing. Bro, it feels so good to be confident at what you do. Not because you get paid for it, but because it's yours. As human beings, like, we're naturally territorial. So like, get obsessed and get good at what you're doing. Like, fall in love with your work, fall in love with the process of whatever kind of life it is that you're building. I don't know if you're creative, I don't know if you're an entrepreneur, whatever it is, fall in love with the process. Don't like turn it into, now they will see how successful I am. Like, you know, I'm going to show everybody. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that, right? It doesn't work, because it just makes you like do things out of anger and rage. Think about what you really want. Think about what brings out the best emotions in you. How can I add value to this world? And do that. And you will not need to prove anything, especially if your work is meaningful and your work helps people. At that point, if your family doesn't accept it, that's just your family being ignorant, because your work is helping other people and you're not harming anybody else. I don't feel like doctors are the only respectable careers. That's another old head belief as well. A lot of people only want all these careers because they want the validation of the title. And I promise you, if you're like an honest person, you're not a performative person, it's gonna feel very weird. One of the reasons why like I have changed my life direction so much and so many times is because I am not afraid to try. And whenever things don't feel right, there's a difference between not being good at something versus something not feeling right. Like right now, I'm filming this video, it feels right, not only because I'm on camera and I look pretty, but because this is my purpose. Speaking life into people is my purpose. I've been doing it for the longest. Like, helping women, being the woman that can answer a question that 9-year-old me had to ask and nobody could answer, that is my purpose. I'm fulfilling my purpose. So whether I made money today, or whether my parents validated it, or whether my friend validated it, I don't care, because I know this is my purpose and I'm doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it regardless. So yeah, another thing that really helps with like getting out of this situation is connecting with people. Post on social media about what you're doing. You will never ever know who resonates with what you're doing. Don't feel like you need to hide yourself or like be invisible to go about achieving your dreams, because you absolutely do not need to do that. But like, join communities, like interact with people who are doing the same thing as you, go to events, go on Eventbrite. That's something that like I really need to do so much better at, like linking up with other people that do the same thing as me. So do that. Join social societies. If you have, like, let's say there's something you're interested in, there's this thing that micro influencers do. I've been really loving it. Micro influencers create their own community. So if there's maybe, I don't know, if you're into fitness or you're into art, go on like Google fitness creator, whatever city you live in. You might even have to go to a neighboring city, but like make conscious effort to like reach out to or touch points. Position yourself in places where people like you or people who are doing the same thing as you will do. If you don't have like the logistics to be traveling up and down, going places, or maybe you live far away, stop posting online. Like, online gives you access to so many people. Being online, being visibility gives you access to so many people. Even if you're not trying to be a content creator or an influencer and you just want to build a small community of people around you, I promise you all these people are online. You can do Google Meet calls, Zoom calls, WhatsApp group chat, boom, find your own community. But yeah, like, honestly speaking, I'm not a believer in that like your family needs to be the source of everything for you. We're human beings. We have so much needs in this world. 9 times out of 10, one unit cannot fulfill everything. Like, you need friends for different reasons. You have people that you go to for different things. So yeah, your family could be good for you emotionally, but like not good for your ambition, and that's not their fault. And some families are, but it's not for you to complain about what your family is not, and just accept them for who they are and focus on your own goals. You don't need to be tethered to people and like always doing what everybody else is doing. But I hope this answers your question, and I really hope this helped. Comment down below what you would like the next video to be. As always, you have been watching Nachi in 4K. Subscribe because it's free of charge and it really does help our channel out. And also, like, comment on my videos. Like, I love when you guys speak to me. Like, I love answering your questions. I love knowing that like I'm not just talking to myself and people actually watch these videos and resonate. Let me know what video or which one resonated with you the most, and mwah!